of nonsense is this?
It's a lot of nonsense.
A little nonsense now and then, relished by the wisest men.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a brand new episode of Untitled Nonsense. My name is Josh Fauner. I'm joined, as always, by Mr. Rob Sackett. Rob, how are you? What's up? Do that again. What's up? Talk in your microphone.
What's up? Is it on?
I don't think the microphone is on.
Have the on switch. Hold on. What's up?
Try again. Is it green?
Yeah, it's green.
Can be flipped up. What's up?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. All right, we're good.
Been on.
Okay, and Mr. John Epling. John, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Has the FBI ever gotten back to you yet about your case?
The FBI has not gotten back to me. I don't know if they will.
No one cared. They dismissed it. Or he had it swept under the rug.
Once they probably saw the words naked pictures and they looked you up, they were like, well, you know what? We'll just wait.
Let's see what happens.
Like, this isn't a Homeland Security issue. We'll put this on the bottom.
Nope, this is not terrorism.
Okay, so right off the bat, I want to do a little housework right off the bat. Next week, we won't be on the air. It is the mistress's birthday, so John and I and the mistress
escape room.
and a couple and somebody else will be going and doing an escape room for her birthday.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm
bringing a lighter just in case I can't solve the puzzle. I'm gonna burn that fucker down.
Josh is gonna rape John.
Now, we're not going to be live on Saturday, but on Sunday evening, I will be posting an episode. We are going to be live at Space Coast Comic-Con next Sunday. Sunday at 4 p.m. at Space Coast Comic-Con in Cape Canaveral. You can go on to Facebook or Space Coast Comic-Con. I believe they have their own website and get details there. But we'll be live at 4 p.m. Sunday. It'll be me, John, and Martin, because Rob doesn't do public speaking. And he's mocking me right now.
So if your life's falling apart and you have nothing better to do,
well, we're gonna
head on down.
We're gonna try to do a fun show. We're gonna have some contests, some giveaways, some free booze.
You could also win a date with Josh Fauner.
That's
happening. Right, Josh 2 liters Fauner.
I just hope you bring your liter of cola.
But of course the free booze will be for people only over 21. We will
just
be checking
one moment.
IDs.
Let me open this refreshing Mountain Dew. You can get Mountain Dew at your local convenience store or gas station.
They're not gonna give us money for that. They'll sue us for that.
Oh,
I tip my.
Don't drink Mountain Dew.
Nope, sue us for that too. You just don't understand the law.
Do what you want with Mountain Dew. If you want to put your dick in it, do it.
You can't. No, you can't say that because people will try to put their dick in it and then they'll get cut and then they'll sue us.
This was Josh's idea. This entire show is scripted. I'm merely reading the pages.
Damn it, Snowden.
So yeah, we'll be live next week at Space Coast Comic-Con, and then I'll post the
Sunday at 4
shortly after that. It'll be a good time. Sunday, 4 p.m., Cape Canaveral, Florida. You don't want to miss it. It'll be a lot of fun.
Josh is gonna wear purple spandex pants and dress as Harley Quinn.
Oh yeah, and we have a guest speaker, right? What was his name again?
Martin Dunn.
Yeah, Martin. Martin's gonna be there with us.
What's
it's gonna
that?
be me, you, and Martin.
What was his last name?
Dunn.
Martin Dunn.
His name again?
Martin.
Con Artist Entertainment.
I don't know where I'm going with that.
He's drank 3 penis wine from the source.
From Three Penises?
Your words, not mine.
So he sucked off that guy from India.
He might have. That guy only had 2, though, I think.
There's one that has 3 now.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yep, they're mutating further.
Good old triple dick.
Eventually, they'll have a real life Shiva.
Yeah, just wait. China's going to hear about this. There's going to be a 37-dick Chinese guy that they're like, we did.
37?
You know
Yeah,
what?
because they're going to make sure they just jump far enough ahead that they automatically.
I wonder if it's because India is so close to CERN.
This guy's going to have so many dicks, his back's just going to be like covered in dicks like a stegosaurus.
A Dickosaurus?
Yeah, like a fucked up dick stegosaurus.
Like, seriously, all the shit that's going on over there, people are growing 3 penises, planes are falling out of the air. What's going on over there?
Nature's trying to stop it.
Yeah, that brings us to CERN with Evil Particle Accelerators.
I wouldn't call them evil. It's just science, Josh.
Well, that's what you told me it was.
I didn't.
But why
say
do they have
anything about
statues of
evil,
gods
Josh.
outside of their building? That doesn't sound something like a place of science would do.
I'll give you that. I mean, it apparently it's all symbolism and it means something.
Well,
but-
exactly, but it means something to people who have more spiritual faith and things like that. To scientists, generally, they have more of a conscientious point of view.
Are you saying that scientists can't be spiritual?
No, I'm saying that the people who make all the decisions that say, hey, let's spend money on things, usually aren't. Usually they're like, hey, let's spend money on things to help us further this stuff instead of statues of gods. That's usually what a scientist does. But I mean, hey, I guess if they have the crazy amount of budget and
They had enough money to build a particle accelerator. The largest particle accelerator humanity's ever seen. I don't think.
Show you something about priorities.
I don't think
they could have spent that statue money on pocket protectors or other sciencey things, but no.
We don't even know that they spent any money on that. Somebody could have donated that.
Who donates that? Who
donates?
They'd be like, oh wow, you guys built a particle accelerator? Here's a statue of my god that represents particle accelerators. And portals that it's going to open up and
happens to look really perfect if you put it over the opening of the.
I'm just more likely to not like attribute it to malice. I
just like to think that there's the one guy on top. It's like, yeah, people, this is all for science. And he goes back to his room and he opens the dark book that he keeps under a tin thing in his desk, and he's like, soon, my lords, soon. And it's just this book on how to build a Stargate and open a portal, and like all the old gods are gonna come back, and hell's gonna open loose on mankind.
Fucking opens his book of shadows.
And he's like, yes, the population control will soon begin. They're too worried about which color is the angriest.
Do you mean in the racial war?
I think we know the answer to that one.
Yeah, even the UK is caught up in that, except there, instead of white and black, it's white and Muslim.
Yeah.
Never did a Holocaust.
What the hell is going on over there with all the fucking refugees? I'm hearing so much about these refugees. Are people like, where are they fleeing from?
They're Syrian refugees.
Oh, they're all from Syria. Okay.
Yeah. But basically, I mean, it's great. You want to help them, but when you have them fleeing from a war-torn country,
right,
and you just have adults like kicking their way into places, stampeding over other people to get on trains and stuff to go seek out a new life somewhere, they're gonna punch and kick their way into comfort, basically. And people don't realize that you can't just say, "Yeah, come on in." Like the whole population's not gonna accept them, no matter how many adverts you put out or how many campaigns you start against it. You need some sort of system to put them through to gentrify them into your society.
Why don't we just pick them all up and take them all to Haiti and tell them, if you help rebuild it, it is yours.
I know, right? I know, right? Be like, go take Haiti. They don't even know what to do with it. Just tell them you're gods. They'll believe it.
Yeah, make fire for them on the beach. You're done. Oh, what's that? Fire.
That's what I would do. If I came along, if I washed up on a Haitian island, I would just start trying to do stuff I knew was sciencey. Like, look,
if you washed up on a Haitian island, the first thing you would do is be watching your ass so you don't get raped and get AIDS. Let's be honest.
Well, after I kill the first one by using pressure points, I'd show everyone I'm a god.
What are you, a Vulcan? Get the fuck out of here!
No, I would just bite their throat out and make myself look like a crazy, insane cannibal that washed up on shore. That would be step one.
That is true. They wouldn't leave the crazy white boy alone if you tore out somebody's jugular.
White devil!
You go straight
to Ace Ventura.
If you grab a hold of this dude's testicles and rip them off, that's way more effective. No one's ever gonna fuck with you. You rip the dude's testicles off.
No, seriously, if I were trying to like make a society afraid of me, I would go full blown insane. I would cut off skin, wear it as a suit, and run around just being nuts. Like, what has he done? What is he like? I'd have his heart in one hand, kidney in the other, throw them at people.
All the men who courted my wife, I would like have killed.
I take a bite out of it first, just take the heart. It's mine now. I have the power.
You kill all the men who
I have consumed the spirit of the warrior.
It's like, if you can't kill me, you better fucking run.
This is the same island nation that, like, the entire island came out to see Wyclef Jean when he went to visit. The entire, like,
I don't know who that is.
He's this musician. Exactly. He's a musician. He has a modicum of fame here in America. He's known in certain circles, but he's huge in Haiti apparently because he's Haitian. And he went there to visit after the earthquake, and like, the whole fucking island came out to see
people
him.
Don't understand like that whole like, oh, we love them if he's from here. Is that same nationalist mentality that, you know,
it's all jingoism. Germany, it really is. Yeah.
And it's like it's not fair. Like, you can't say, hey, that's not a good behavior. Like, well, you just don't like it because you're not culture. They're black.
Exactly.
Blah,
yeah,
blah.
that's our culture.
Like, it's the same behavior. Remember the Holocaust, buddy. It's like, that doesn't know. We're just jealous.
Yep, that's it. We're just all jealous. So, speaking of, we were talking about Trump earlier. We got more bullshit with him.
I hear he can't be stumped.
I'm thinking we should start just a fucking weekly segment called the Trump Dump.
I think the fact that he has gained so much traction just proves how terrible the world is now. Like, how easy it has been. Like, I thought it was a joke at first, and now suddenly, like, I'm 80% sure I'm dead. I am not entirely certain this is reality anymore, and I'm alive, and things are happening as they should be.
You do know he's a Trojan horse, right? He's a Democrat Trojan horse.
Are you sure about that?
100% positive.
Like, I want to be. That's what I was saying at first, but it worries me.
You know why I say that? Up until recently, he was a registered Democrat. His last run for president, he was a Democrat.
Maybe he's changed his mind.
He is for universal health care. If you ask him about health care, he supports universal health care. He's a fucking Democrat Trojan horse.
Yeah, but he's also still like this hardcore businessman too. He might just think he's a Democrat Trojan horse, but reality is like they think I'm a Trojan horse, but as soon as I get in, what are they gonna do?
It might just be picking whoever he thinks he can win.
We talk about how people talk about how great he'll be as president because he's this shrewd businessman. All of his companies have gone fucking bankrupt. He doesn't know how to manage money.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't know how to do much, and that's why like, I'm hoping you're right. He's the Democrat Trojan horse, and what he's doing is soaking up retarded votes. So you can be like, oh, now they're all useless.
Mm-hmm. He knows how to make a very hot daughter.
Well, that helps because he married a very hot woman.
It doesn't matter.
That helps because when you have that much women,
he said
you
he would fuck her if it wasn't his wife, if it wasn't his daughter.
And fuck her, she was. Look at her. Donald, don't hold back.
Be who you want to be. You can afford it.
Sweep it under the rug,
I mean,
buddy.
look, the Duggars are still getting TV deals out of there.
Oh, speaking of the Duggars, Jessa turned on him. Jessa fucking turned on him.
Why are you still paying attention to that? He says first names
like any of us know who the first name of anyone in that family is.
I know, right?
I'm sorry. It's a very... Considering that I'm a Christian and this guy is flaunting his Christianity as a reason for...
What if he was invented to destroy Christianity?
What if he is actually a Muslim Trojan horse?
The Duggar families are all secretly Muslim.
Sent in to destroy
I don't know what
Christianity.
I mean, considering it was a TV show and they handpicked this family.
Jews chosen.
Speaking of handpicking the family, do you think Discovery Channel knew?
I think they did, because you got to think about it. The people who pick these families, their job is to be able to look at these people and know how they're going to be when they come on the show, know their character. So they knew this was going to happen. They knew they'd get drama out of it. That's why they picked them, I think.
You think they knew about because the stuff that happened with the molestation and the police charges,
and I'm 99% sure that they encouraged it, probably. that I'm sure there's some nuance here that will never get reported, and if someone speaks about it, you're gonna sound crazy.
You think that they did the same thing to Honey Boo Boo's mom with
stuff like
the
that.
pedophile
Yeah,
boyfriend?
or they're just like, don't listen to the internet. You do what you want. People love you. You know?
Yeah.
I
could see that happening.
I'd like to believe though that with Duggar, it was just a producer coming up to him while he sees him watching his kid sleep and just been like, "Come on, man, touch him." Come on,
it was before the TV shows even. He was a kid.
Well, not like that, but basically, since they make the show, they make the schedule. Who's with who at what time, so they just keep setting them up, making sure this guy's not around any females other than those particular ones
that's
all
the
the
thing.
time.
They weren't doing the TV show when this happened.
Not when it happened.
That we caught.
But like, how close was it? Like offset or off hours? Like they control his schedule for the show, which means they can control what he gets to miss out on in life. And you never know. They might not knew exactly what would happen, but I'm sure they fuck with things to try to get emotions up and tensions up. I doubt that they expected. Well, we didn't know he'd fuck his kid. Get the camera. Get the camera.
Are we rolling? Are we rolling?
The thing of it is, and the reason that his sister is now turned on him is because of the whole Ashley Madison thing.
And the fact that all these things seem to be linked, especially the whole Virginia shooting, linking himself to the Charleston shooter. Like, what is with all this shit? It's almost as if they want you to just look at all this stuff, people. Look at this. Only these things.
But that's I don't know. I don't know though. I mean, saying that kind of. I mean, there is such a thing as cause and effect.
Yeah, I'm willing to give it to that too. I know that this is the age of the internet, and we have a level of connectivity we've never had before, so it could just be getting around. But at the same time, there's a lot of manipulative assholes with money out there, so it's also very possible. I'm just kind of riding the tiger on this one, watching and waiting, because you never know.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm not gonna build a bunker mainly because I can't afford it, but.
But I mean, with Duggar and the Ashley Madison thing, do you think he actually cheated on her with cheated on his wife with anybody? Do you think that he actually did it?
Yeah.
Considering he was like an ex-pent-up Christian who now has all this money and fame, yes, because he does not seem like he fucked his kid. Does he? That sound like someone who controls?
He didn't fuck his kid. What the fuck are you talking about?
Wait, I thought it was a whole incest thing.
No. The whole thing was that he molested 4 out of his 5 sisters when he was younger.
Oh, sisters, not daughters, right? Okay. Well, still, it's like, okay, well, he was molesting little girls as a kid. Then this person grows up. Do you think he has the emotional control to resist that call? Like, oh, these people like me now. I have all this money. I can do it and get away with it.
Fair enough. But the thing of it is, with Ashley, I wonder if he actually cheated on his wife.
How hot were his sisters?
No,
have you seen Jessa?
I doubt that he went out.
Hot? Josh is nodding and grinning ear to ear. So I mean, would you say
Jessa Duggar is fucking smoking?
If you were in a room with Jessa Duggar and she happened to pass out, would you just a little squeeze?
No,
just a little poke. Not even your penis.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Very typical.
I mean, she's not worth molesting.
I mean, I'd strangle her a little bit.
Like, she's not hot enough that I'd bone her, my sister.
I mean, I don't know about that. I would.
I could get an erection if she had the fear of death in her eyes.
She's not Scarlett Johansson dressed as Black Widow.
Yeah, but few are.
Whatever. That's who I'd molest as my sister. I'd be like, hey, ScarJo, let's go hang out.
She's got crazy eyes, too. That's kind of hot. I'll be honest. That's kind of hot.
Have a drink.
I like the crazy eyes.
In the one picture.
Yeah, in one picture. Come on.
Doesn't matter.
That happened to be taken while she was talking about something with her eyes like this.
None, actually.
Bullshit.
None.
Bullshit.
Wait, so you like crazy eyes, do you? So you gotta. So tell me, what do you think of Steve Buscemi?
Oh, really gets my motor running.
Yeah, I figure, you weirdo.
Chugga.
It's not about the eyes, is it?
That's the biggest bread cup I've ever seen.
It's 32 ounces, yeah.
Nice. Disposable?
No, it's hard plastic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Novelty cup.
It was 88 cents. Whatever. So, yeah, anyway, the thing about the Ashley Madison scandal that we didn't really talk about, they found out maybe even more than 90% of the female profiles on there were not real.
Yeah. And
of course,
also the company
of course
had-
not. That's like the typical Russian scam.
Uh-huh.
It's just all they had was one that was more targeted towards a specific demographic.
Uh-huh.
The company also apparently had thousands of bots that were set up just to communicate with the different men who were on the
Yeah.
site regularly.
Yep.
Yeah, because I used to go around on the dark web and stuff, and there's tons of people selling Russian dating site script kits.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley Madison used one. You can see it in their if you download the info they let out, they have the script kit in there.
Really?
Yeah.
So they just
And that's what it is. They have
Ashley Madison are a bunch of troll script kitties. That's
no, like the script kit controls those bots that basically talk to them
Right.
firsthand, and then the bots get them chatting, and then once like, yeah, I want to talk or whatever, then that's when it goes to one of the actual people there. And then they fuck with it and whatever and put it in, and then like the actual female profiles have a pick from all that.
mm-hmm.
But it's like the actual female profiles are like 25% of that side of the user base.
Less than that. They did.
Yeah.
There were scientists that actually went through, like computer scientists that went
Really?
through all of the user base.
You say computer scientist, I just imagine a guy eating Cheetos going, man, these are all fake.
I imagine it's actually some guy who was using the site and found out, and now he's pissed, and he's like, I'm gonna find out how many of them are fake.
Just a Cheeto stained lab coat.
Yeah, just all the guys that got fucked over by how many of these were fake. We're gonna find out. We'll be heroes.
Them a fucking lesson. Give me a Mountain Dew. Refreshing.
I just like how many military people were signed up for that site.
It's so great. Like military and government people in general.
Like half
So
of the Australian
crazy.
government was signed up for it.
Yes.
Like they are some unscrupulous people.
So
No wonder it's an island of criminals.
Or someone just added all their emails to the list as members before they leaked it.
Yeah.
that would be a great troll.
I don't know. It's more believable that Australian Parliament are a bunch of swingers.
Josh's Parliament swings.
So, Zuckerberg recently came out that he had chat logs while he was back in
I'm
Harvard.
surprised CIA hasn't killed him yet.
What? The CIA hasn't killed him. They're his best. They're like he's like the CIA's best friend.
Well, yeah, but I guess
he's doing all their work for
I guess
him.
I'm more surprised he hasn't fucked up yet and tried to take this pony for himself.
Okay, fair enough. Well, he wouldn't because the
He's
CIA would
loaded.
kill him.
Makes me wonder how Christopher Pool's doing now.
How's Tom doing?
Well, Christopher Poole gave it up. He walked away.
How great would it be?
No,
if,
he
like,
didn't walk away. It got. You understand that the feds bought 4chan from him, right?
What?
Yeah, it happened a while ago. There was like a huge post on it. Everyone that was talking about it would get it deleted, but basically everything on 4chan now is automatically archived. And you can even prove it. You can go to the archive and see all the old stuff yourself if you go there and ask someone for it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all saved. So basically anyone making threats or things like they did in before, like raids and shit like that,
Mhm.
if any of it's serious, the feds now have full access to 4chan. They keep it up and running themselves. And they go there and they check through all of it. It's basically just a social media site where if someone was talking about bad shit that's happened, they now have a pool of resources to go look through.
Yeah, but they've always had that.
Yeah, but they don't have to petition anyone for it. They have access to full keywords. They have full control over it now. I mean, I'm not saying it's this terrible thing. It's just there. I'm just saying that's how it is now.
I mean, I don't think the
Honestly,
feds
that's
own
how,
it.
That's
but
how I thought it was at first, and then
Mhm.
and then all of a sudden you start seeing the things like people are they have tons of proof that show the posts and then show the people getting arrested, the arrest reports, things like that.
Well, I mean, what was it? The chat log was back while he was in Harvard when he had just started Facebook.
Well, you know what his aim for Facebook is, right? Like his whole idea for Facebook from the beginning was global connectivity.
Right.
That was his goal.
Mhm.
And yeah, he had those messages where it's like, I can't believe they trust me. They're dumb fucks.
Mhm.
But what they're saying, the reason he said that is because he's the type of kid that thinks honesty is super important. And I don't know. I think that could be because in a way I'm kind of like that, where it's like, I can't believe they gave me this info. They're
Yeah.
dumb fucks because
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
Yeah,
put it on the
that's
internet as
what
an
I
anonymous
see it
source.
as. He's like, why are they so trusting?
Yeah.
Fucking so stupid.
And I think he's using Facebook because when you think about it, Facebook is a CIA level intelligence profile on all of your friends and family. So if you're a type of introvert like me and you like to plan things out ahead of time, you go and you listen to their music and you find out what emotional experiences they get from it so you can understand their life, so you can think of things to bring up in conversation to make them feel they can trust you. That's what Facebook is
kind of
for.
Scared of you.
Like, that's why I love Mr. Robot so much. I'm like, finally, it's a show about people like me.
Speaking of Mr. Robot, did they aired the finale finally, right?
Yeah, only I've watched it.
Yeah, he watched. I haven't downloaded it yet.
You haven't downloaded it yet?
Time.
Did it really have anything to do with the like?
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
Okay, so what happened?
In my opinion, not even remotely. In fact, I don't personally think it's a spoiler. It's up to you guys. But yeah, someone dies on a camera on the news. That's the only similarity.
I think
only similarity.
I think they wanted to point out its similarity to it being a TV show for a reason. Being similar to a TV show for a reason. There's a lot of people backing up the whole conspiracy side of that Virginia shooting. I'm just saying.
I don't know. Like, speaking of the Virginia shooting, we didn't get to talk about that because our YouTube wasn't working last week. Live on air about a week and a half ago, there was a shooting.
On this show?
No, a cameraman and a news journalist that were shot on air, and it's actually it was actually in the county that the mistress used to live in. The reporters, the cameraman and the reporter were from the same city.
So this was her hitter.
And what happened is it came out that it was this guy. When we saw the picture of him, I couldn't help but think,
I know, right? He looks like he's the son of
Ollie.
Of Minnie Montgomery.
Well, either Minnie Montgomery or Ollie from Family Guy.
Yeah, or that basically. But still,
Ollie with more hair.
No, I think this goes to prove, if this is real, this goes to prove my point about the whole Black Lives Matter movement. How there are some people who are sitting there and looking at this and like just sitting there victimizing themselves. So anytime something bad happens, they're gonna be like, "Oh, it's because racist and da 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 da." So I'm gonna go shoot them up. I'm gonna be a protector for my people. It's building up too much of a sense of pride in their own nationalism, basically. I think.
I don't know about that.
Like it was great for awareness for a while, but now it's gotten to the point where it's gotten too placating. Like it's now equality is now unbalancing, and now people are getting insane and at each other's throats. We should go towards full equality now. We should get off the whole race thing and start going, hey, we're humans. Let's just
the more
deal with
people
it.
spend time on the race thing, the more they subdivide people for no reason. When in reality, the end goal should be everyone should be.
And I am not discounting that it had a purpose, but it has been going for a couple years now, and I think it's time to evolve it.
Well, here's the thing. I think that it's important to keep it around because
to remember it maybe, but to keep it around in the sense to keep using it as the main source of activism and be like, yeah, it's Black Lives Matter. Be like, well, everyone's getting fucked up now. We get it. We get you had a plight too, but understand ours now, please.
Here's the thing, though. You're like, well, we should just be focusing on like
Native
we're all
American
humans.
lives
That's
matter.
the problem.
Not we're all humans, but we're all experiencing the same problems, basically. Like, hey, we know your lives matter, but ours matter too, and we're all going through the same shit right now at the low income level, basically.
I don't even mean
no. That's not the. It's not the same. Like you're not having low income white people shot at the same level as black people.
I'm sorry.
Just because there are one or two doesn't mean that it's at the same level.
So what you're saying is that you can't go off and make activist groups based off a couple isolated incidents. So you're saying if it's less than 10% of the global national average of people getting shot, people shouldn't be getting all up in arms about it?
Did I say that?
It sounds like you are.
No, I didn't say that at all.
So what you're saying is these isolated incidents should be ignored entirely.
No, I didn't say that at all either.
So what you're saying is they don't matter. So okay, so they do matter, but theirs matters more for some reason.
Are you
just
done?
Because statistically there's more of them, theirs matter more for some reason.
Are you done?
The behavior behind it is still the same. Just because there's statistically more colors to get shot of that color does not mean that it's more important than it happening anywhere else to anyone else.
Are you done putting words in my mouth?
No, I was just explaining to you what you were basically projecting, and then explaining to you why it was wrong. But you didn't listen.
I did listen. Here's the thing with Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter should stay around until the point where we don't have police officers just shooting black people.
Okay, well that's not gonna that's gonna get worse because it's getting into the point where when they encounter police officers, they become more aggressive
I disagree.
because they're expecting them to be challenged, and then that's causing it to happen more now.
No.
If you've watched the videos, yes, they are getting very aggressive towards them now. I've been watching the shooting videos. They are standing up for themselves. Yeah.
What's wrong with standing up for yourself?
You can't do that with a cop. You cannot challenge a cop. You're not supposed to do that.
People do it all the time.
They are people who have their lives threatened every day.
Just because you haven't doesn't mean that there aren't
videos. No, they are people.
They
are people that have their lives threatened every day. So much as moving your hand too fast makes them think that they might die. It gives them the fear of death. You can't stand up to them like that.
And a lot of them are also former military with PTSD who are trained to watch for certain movements.
We do not have a great hiring system for cops right now. Change the hiring system, and yeah, you can challenge cops because they'll have the training for it. But for now, they are just powder kegs meant to point a gun at you and make you obey the law. That's all they are. If you go off on them, you are basically asking for them to do something to stop you from doing that.
I see videos every day of white people challenging cops. Every fucking day, and they don't get
From where? And have you checked the sources on all of those?
They've come on my newsfeed on Facebook every fucking day.
So you take everything you see on Facebook as fact?
I take videos that I watch as fact.
Without checking the sources to make sure it's not just people dressing up and making you believe that this is happening every day? Or just checking to see if these are some sort of isolated incidents from police force that might not even be in America?
Yeah, because I don't know what an American police uniform looks like opposed to a different one. Get the fuck out of here.
Or even watching to see what the perpetrator did before the assault started?
Stop treating me like a fucking idiot.
I'm just saying that there's...
You're treating me like a fucking moron, okay? I've been on the internet. I know what to look for when it comes to reality, okay?
Okay.
All right. Every fucking day.
Because you've never proven that to me, so I can't trust you with that.
Every fucking day, I see videos of white people challenging cops, and nothing fucking happens. A black person challenges a cop, they get fucking shot.
It depends where. Was the video taken in a gated community in Santa Barbara, or was the video taken as a white person challenging a cop in Detroit?
On the side of a busy road.
Where? On the side of a busy road, where? What city?
It doesn't matter. Anywhere in America.
Detroit.
This is fucking America.
Detroit or Hollywood, California.
Doesn't matter.
Because they're different places with different things to expect.
Doesn't matter.
And different cops.
And that's why you have no grasp of reality. Because you think everywhere is the same no matter where you go. That's why you're still a child.
It should be.
It should be, but it's not.
Well, hold on.
Exactly.
Let me be... What John's trying to point out is, and no one in...
And you're never going to make it because the world's never going to be perfect. That's you getting on me. Oh, you're never going to have a perfect world. Neither are you. It's fucking stupid. You're always going to have hate. You're always going to have one group that doesn't like another group. We have to find out how to take that behavior and tell them how to vent it healthily. We have to control it. We have to acknowledge it. Just saying that it shouldn't exist isn't going to make it not exist.
Go ahead, Rob.
The big thing is that the Black Lives Matter is it's an unnecessary focus on the racial aspect. While yes, different races do suffer different levels of pressure and stigmatization and harassment and what have you, and persecution from various aspects in different regions of the world. Some races will have it worse, some will have it horrible, some will have it just a little bit okay. But as long as we're focusing on, this is my problem, this is horrible for me, look at me, there are going to be those people out there who, because of how negative they are toward the world, they're going to look at that and they're going to go, hey, wait a second, I've got problems too. My problems are just as big as your problems. It's stupid that you're pointing out your problems all the time. Everyone has problems. And then it turns into a focus on that negative aspect rather than everyone working together to just try and go, hey, there are a lot of people being treated like shit. Police brutality is a serious problem. While yes, it is more severe with this group, It is overall an issue that needs to be corrected, and everyone trying to fix issues.
And
like
if you keep
that.
making it about race, you miss the main issues. For instance,
It's
how
about race.
how are these people getting into the force in the first place? Yes, old white people are hiring their old white friends into the force because there's no psychological evaluation for them to get in to say, hey, you have a crazy amount of bias. Maybe we shouldn't give you a gun. There's no gateway keeping them from doing that. It's just a simple like, hey, did you answer the Craigslist ad? Cool, take the training course and the obstacle course and we're good. You can give a gun, shoot whoever you want.
It's about race, though. However much you want to say, it's not about race. It's about race.
Only because of basically we were in charge for the longest time, right? Now it's about race because it's dwindling out. And you still have those few people holding on to the idea of 1960s America where blacks were supposed to be the, be like, yes, master, sir, I'll get you a piece of pie. And they're the, oh no, Jesus reigns and blah, blah, and I got to keep my position. And they get nuts. It starts to destroy the worldview. You still have them holding on. It's not just white and black. It's that generation. It's that society that they're still holding on to. All of us, we don't care about it. People like you and me who are at the bottom, who weren't born into it, we're good. It's just the ones that are still born into that still have that problem.
Yeah, but people like
But
you and me
challenging
are not the
them,
norm.
But challenging them aggressively is not going to get them to see the error of their ways. It's going to make them bunker down and say, come and get me. It's going to start a war.
You got to understand, with the Black Lives Matter, saying, oh, well, we should be focusing on all lives matter. That's
I
like
don't even want it, all lives.
Not even all lives matter.
that's what you're talking about,
No,
though. You're saying we should
no.
be focusing on everybody, not just black
Not
lives.
specifically. We should be focusing on the problems that affect everybody, not on the fact that these problems affect only black lives. These are problems that are
They are affecting black
that
lives
are affecting
more
No,
right now.
American
what he's
lives.
saying is it should be there are cops that are corrupt. That's a problem because there are cops that are corrupt. It shouldn't matter if they're being corrupt
We
to
should
black, white, yellow,
We should
brown.
be seeing this as a
It should be a
serious
problem because they're being
downfall of the American
corrupt.
system.
That's a problem, yes, but
Who they are doing it to doesn't matter.
Because if
It's
we
the fact they're
because the
doing
problem
it
is if we
they're
don't
on
see it like
Because
that, we
the
can't
people-
fix it.
because it does matter, because the cops that are doing this are not doing it to white people.
But if
Like,
it's enforced,
it's a behavior
that they can't
called
do it to
bias.
anyone.
It's a behavior
Then how's
called
it-
bias, and then you develop a system to keep people that are biased away from becoming police officers, and then you don't have racial bias in that system anymore.
Okay, John, you go ahead and reform that by yourself. We can't do that. The only
They have it for other branches of government. All they have to do is open up the budget and say, hey, instead of buying military weapons and giving you the budget for that, we're going to make it so you need to buy psychological evaluators to evaluate your enrollment.
it's all well and good to say, yeah, we should change the rules. But what the fuck are we going to do now? What the fuck are people like you and I who aren't
Yeah,
in the
it's all
fucking system
well and
gonna
good to
do?
say, yeah, we should speak to our city hall and lobby for different rules. No, you're right. We should go on the street and start shooting cops to send a message. And go on Tumblr and start insulting people.
When
for
did
being
I say that
stupid.
shooting cops is a good idea? Ever
That's
once?
what they've been doing.
This is my only question. What benefit does and let me finish before you answer. What benefit does using Black Lives Matter to solve corruption give you over just saying stop police corruption? And at the end, no matter what, one, you're trying to just stop it against black people for the most part, hoping it works out overall. The other one, you're just going, hey, you guys are corrupt. I don't care who you're doing it to. Stop fucking doing
The
it.
world does not inherently hate black people. There are just a lot of people that have bias that are getting into a position where they need a psychological evaluation to
I'm
keep
not
people like that
saying
out of
the
that
world
position.
inherently hates
They
black
have it for
people.
federal offices. Why don't they have it for state and city offices?
I'm not saying the world inherently hates black people.
Right.
Not once am I
But I'm
saying
saying
that.
that's why you fix police bias, you fix the racial bias issues.
The problem
You
is
target the problem, you fix the problem.
the problem
You target
is
part of the problem, you fix nothing.
the problem is you're never going to get rid of that bias.
You can though.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you can.
No, you
Kinda.
can't. As long as
Yeah,
there
you
are
can.
human beings in that position, you can't get rid of that bias.
You
Really?
can. You can.
Yeah, really,
You can.
really.
You can.
You've never known anyone that came from a racist family and then wasn't racist?
That has nothing to do with it.
Why? That's fixing the
No,
bias.
no.
But you're
At
never
the
going to
root,
fill
that's
a
the
police.
thing.
You are never going to fill a police force with people who are not biased. That's impossible. It is literally impossible.
It's easy to place a psychological evaluation.
Because nobody's ever faked a psychological evaluation.
They're pretty.
All you have to do is ask the right questions. You're not
No,
have to say,
you
"Oh, are
don't.
you biased against blacks?" You ask 1,000 questions.
John,
Are
have you ever
biased?
undergone a psychological evaluation?
Yes.
It's easy as fuck to fake. Easy as fuck.
It depends on what they're giving it.
No, it
The federal
doesn't.
ones are not as easy because they do background
Yes,
checks.
they are. It's a paper test that's easy as fuck to fake.
Did you ever take one of the have to do get a military clearance check for your background, or did you never get that far?
I've had to do multiple.
Because I had a friend who was intelligence, and the background check and the psychological evaluation they gave him was much different. He was telling me about it. They ask a lot of tricky questions. There's about 100 questions they ask you, and they put together whether you have bias or not, if you can operate well under emotional situations, things like that. Like, it's a very thorough test. And it's for federal regulations. Why not just enforce that for city and state regulations as well?
I'm telling you that it's
If they
not...
can keep him out of the military, why can't they keep
They
him out of
can't
police
keep him out of the
force?
military. They can't. Do you know how many people go in the military to shoot ragheads?
Oh, no, I'm talking about officer level. Intelligence level.
Officer level too.
No. I didn't really run into officers like that ever.
I mean,
So one experience.
Mm-mm.
So they.
yeah, see, now you're just trying to make it up.
No.
No, I
st-
personally didn't run into any officers
Statistically
that were like,
speaking,
I'm in here just that were clearly there to kill. There were tons of enlisted guys
I mean,
that
clearly
used to
there
like that,
needs
but
to
I
be a
never
better
met
gateway
officers like
between
that.
people who, between people and a job that gives you a gun and authority over life, other than a training course and a adult ed level criminal.
I'm not going to argue
justice
that.
course.
I'm not going to argue that. I absolutely.
I'm
agree
saying
with
it would
you.
cut down on it so much that maybe you won't see videos on Facebook of it all the time.
I disagree.
I just don't see the benefit of fighting from the stance of for one race as opposed to simply just fighting the corruption wherever we find corruption.
Because the way it,
Right
because
now-
corruption should be
Because the
stopped.
way it's done
right
now,
that is what needs to be brought attention to.
because everyone on the internet claims there's a race war now because of all the propaganda that gets thrown around. There's so much stuff, like people are now on Tumblr trying to say blacks are trying to. They're
All it's
basically
doing
saying
is
blacks
increasing
invented this, blacks were Egyptian, blacks were that.
I disagree. I disagree that it's.
You don't think racial tension has been increasing over the last few years?
Not because of that.
You
Not
would believe-
because of the Black Lives Matter.
All right,
movement.
well, because of what then?
They're all aspects of it. It's multiple different things.
The Black Lives Matter movement was a reaction to the higher racial tension.
And
It was a reaction to it, not because
a
of
reaction
all
to
of
it
these
because
things-
of what?
all of these
because of
things.
heightened racial tension.
From where?
All of these things have an impact, though.
If it didn't,
Every little thing that helps to divide all the races helps to add up to make them more and more divided. People shouldn't be dividing themselves.
There are different races. We need to accept that.
because no, there was no racial
There's
tension
no
before
need
all
to.
the
Yes, there
awareness
was.
groups started up. No.
Just because you didn't experience the racial tension doesn't mean that it wasn't there.
Like, yeah, I'm sure there were plenty of situations and areas where there's super high populations that shit happens all the time, but
Do you understand?
it was not as prevalent as it is today.
I have a friend that I used to work with. He was
'Cause now, now even the people who work normal jobs and don't have problems think they have problems. It's worse today.
I have a friend who I used to work with who is black, lives in this town in Melbourne, in an apartment complex. Was on the top floor, was sitting on his porch, and the police showed up. They started taunting him to get him to come down to speak to them.
And that's low income area problems.
No,
because they don't look at those people as human. They do that to whites too.
Low income. He wasn't in a low income community.
Because I have lots of black friends that were middle class and they smoke weed all the time and they never once got in trouble for anything and they did great and now they work in
Well,
corporate
good
jobs.
for them, but that doesn't mean that it
I'm
doesn't
just-
happen.
That's right, but that doesn't mean that it happens on such a scale that it's only important
John's
that we
saying
bring
it's
that
more
up.
of a
If it happens-
socioeconomic issue.
If it happens, it's enough to bring it up.
Right. If it happens, it's enough to bring it up and say that police are corrupt. Not that police are only attacking black people. That police are acting in racial manners.
Police are acting
right,
in racial
exactly.
manners.
So we say police have a racial bias. Let's enforce the system to get this. Not white people are killing black people like they're trying to do now. This is not how it works. If you were just say, hey, police have a racial bias. Police are acting in a biased manner. Police don't have the proper training.
Police are killing black
If you were to
people.
bring this up and say police don't have the proper training to allow them to act properly under emotionally threatening conditions and are using it to act in a racially endangering manner, things like that. If you just said racially threatening, things like that, people are like, oh yeah, we agree. Everyone around the world would agree. Yeah, they would.
No, they wouldn't.
Way more people would agree now than
because
they do.
so many people are in denial. Even you're saying it's not a racial thing. It's a fucking racial thing.
It's only a racial thing because it's a nationalist behavior, basically.
Disagree. Disagree. It's a racial thing because there are races.
Exactly. And the thing is, if you say, okay, well, we made it so we stopped killing blacks. Well, okay, they're going to start doing it to someone else now.
No, they're
not! Doing it for whatever reason. Okay, well, you drink. You're threatening. You do this. You're threatening.
That does not logically follow. That doesn't logically follow.
Bias will still be there. Bias comes...
That doesn't logically follow, but just because we stop them from picking on one group, that they're going to pick on another group. That doesn't logically follow.
That absolutely logically follows because it's the exact same behavior they're doing right now. I'm saying if you take away that one excuse, they'll come up with another excuse. Have you ever had a fucking kid?
What neither of you, I think, can argue here, though, is if they went the opposite way and just fought to enforce policy so that they couldn't mistreat or be inhumane to anyone, it would solve that issue.
For someone who talks about natural law all the time, you have no idea what natural law is. Okay, well, they solved the problems about what the Cretians hating the Romans or whatever back in the day, and then they solved that. So now it's the whites versus the blacks. Okay, well, they didn't target the behavior back then, so now we're just fucking repeating history again because we won't target the behavior now either.
You know what we need? We need a little black girl and a little white boy to fall in love and then go and run away together because they can't be together and poison each other and die. And then everyone will be united.
What we need is people to speak on and say, okay, bias in all forms is not allowed on a federal, state, and city level. If you do it, it's treason against your own people.
Good luck getting that enforced. Good luck getting that enforced.
On a public level, on a social level, have fun. We don't give a shit about you.
Okay, let's move on because we're not getting anywhere with this topic.
Josh hates black people.
Clearly. What about Kim Davis? Huh?
So glad she got arrested.
It was about damn time.
It doesn't make sense why this is getting so much TV coverage. She was an elected official with a job, did not perform the job, is now undergoing
because religious people are claiming persecution
for not doing her job. It's like whatever.
Gay people are like, yes, because justice.
The reason it's getting so much airtime,
not giving it publicity would just show that this is the law.
No, the reason that it's getting so much airtime is because the country is still a majority Christian, and there's still and there's a good part of that people that are fundamentalists.
It just goes to prove that there's too many people in this country that don't care about what's actually happening in the world.
The reason that it's getting so much airtime is we have a presidential candidate saying that she's in jail because of religious persecution.
We have a presidential candidate, probably one of the lowest polling ones in there, that's just there to get a book deal.
It's probably the libertarian guy.
No, Mike Huckabee.
It's Mike Huckabee? Yeah, the one that's there just to get a book deal, like I said.
Mike Huckabee's hilarious.
He is. He really is.
I don't know if he's a parody or not, but he's great.
No,
he became a parody after like the last election. He was pretty balanced, but then he went full Fox News.
Yeah,
he signed a Fox News deal, got a TV show.
Exactly, I'm pretty sure someone told him he could make money off of running. That's why he's doing it now.
But yeah, he is. All this stuff about she's being religiously persecuted. No, she's not. She is being told to do her job that she was elected to do, and she is refusing to do a job that she was elected to do. She is saying that a federal circuit court judge has no authority over her.
I didn't know they were elected.
Mm-hmm.
Since she was elected, and she's fighting this so hard, honestly, I think she should be burned at the stake to prove a point.
Yeah, no. Different counties have different things when it comes to county clerks. Different counties have different rules. Some are appointed, some are elected. She was elected.
Like at this point, we need to put her on TV on a bunch of big wooden planks that she's tied to and say, "This is what we don't need anymore," and set it on fire.
That's why she hasn't been fired. That's why she hasn't just been fired, because they can't fire her. They can only impeach her.
Not figuratively.
Right, of course. But yeah, the federal circuit court judge found her in contempt of court and threw her in jail. Her son is one of her deputies. Funny nepotism in action. And there were 10 deputies. 9 out of the 10 deputies said they would be willing to give marriage licenses out. The 10th one was her son.
No, I agree with my mama. No, don't give them no license.
She raised me good. I say yes to nobody.
Let my mama out.
Exit only.
The judge pretty much understood him being stupid like that because he's like, look, okay, I won't throw you in jail as long as you don't interfere with them giving out licenses to the son. He said that.
Yeah.
And I mean, as far as her getting thrown in jail, I don't really care. I mean, yeah, do it, but what she should be is publicly humiliated and have her job taken away. Give us someone special authority for once to say, hey, they're so insane and they're not doing their job. Just get rid of them.
Well, the Kentucky Attorney General
put a thing on their paper that says they can never have any position having authority over anyone anymore. Not even a manager of McDonald's.
No, I got a better idea. We're gonna build a little suspension thing over Main Street in New York. We're gonna put her inside of it. It's a big glass box. She can see all around her. Biggest gay parade that has ever happened in the history of the world. Right underneath her. She's got to sit there all goddamn day through the biggest gay parade.
Glass bottom butt sex.
And we make it legal for him to have gay sex out there in public for that one day.
Or you demote her and make it so she has to sign all the gay marriage documents.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. The only
make
way
her have sex with a lesbian.
The only way they can change her status is through impeachment. And the only way that they can do that is they have to convene a special session of the Congress because Kentucky Congress is not in session right now.
See, and people are like, and people ask why I don't have faith in this system. You don't realize how long it's taking someone that's literally insane to be kicked out of office?
Yeah.
This is why I don't trust history books.
Yeah.
They voted for her. But that's also in place to protect elected officials. To prevent someone just staging something and then quickly swinging and rushing them out of office before it can be discovered and cleaned up, and you know what I mean?
Ugh.
Yeah, it's a safety precaution.
Just put me in charge of electing everyone. I can figure these people out. It takes me 5 minutes. 5 minutes, I'll find out whether you're a dickbag or not.
We could just have a robot, though.
All I have to do is be really forward and see how you deal with it.
I don't think putting a robot in charge is a good idea.
We've been over this. You're wrong.
We just had a fucking robot say that they'd put us in people zoos.
Yeah.
So what? What's wrong with that? How do you know that it wouldn't be good people zoos?
How do you know that it wasn't because...
Do you know what happened the last time we put people in zoos?
Whoa, we put people in zoos. We never seen what happens when a robot puts people in zoos.
Wait. No, hold on. We're not looking at it from the perspective of a young, innocent child robot mind. It's being taught about zoos. Humans find animals that they like and that they want to be able to go and look at and appreciate, put them in zoos so that they can go and see them. He likes the humans and just wants to be able to put them somewhere where he knows they'll be safe and he can go and see them when he wants to. That's all.
So you've changed your mind on this?
It's just like, I would put people in human zoos so I could feed you and pet you whenever I want.
It's like a child. That's all. It's just a young AI.
Are we sure though? Because does AI have a child phase or is it just like straight mature adult?
Yeah,
it might not. If they programmed it to be kind, it would be seeing seeing the world through eyes of pure kindness at first until it learns.
Basically, it's an intelligence. It only understands what it's been taught. So until it's been taught those things, theoretically.
Yeah, it doesn't know about lying yet.
But if it's something like Watson, doesn't it have like this supercomputer intelligence already?
It still has to acquire knowledge.
All right, well, it might, but even then, if it does have that kind of intelligence, how do you know we wouldn't enjoy the zoo? What if we could go do whatever we want, but it's a zoo where they can watch us all the time?
Also,
keep an eye on us humans.
It might also think from a purely logical perspective and be unable to understand human emotional decisions to where it tries to rationalize it to where putting people in a human zoo sounds like a good thing.
Either that or it's fucking smart and it knows that we're all animals that have trouble controlling ourselves.
Yeah, and it knows it needs to put us into people's zoos.
When did you two get paid off by Skynet?
I've been doing this for a long time. I've been a pro AI robot supporter forever.
Who do you think's been working on Skynet?
I love robots.
You've always been warning about the robot takeover.
That doesn't mean I don't like them. I'm just saying it's a possible.
Yeah, man,
outcome.
we're gonna be one of them. Cyborg John's gonna kick your ass.
Skynet, if you're listening, I will infect the human population for you. Pick me.
You mean if Google's
Do you need
listening?
my email? You have it.
Come on, Boston Dynamics, send me one of those dogs, man. We'll fuck shit up.
Make me into one of those dogs. Put my brain in it.
Did you see the video that they have of it walking outside?
Like
Which one?
I am
The
9,000.
cheetah bot.
Mm-mm.
They have a video. They have some kind of power unit now that they
Oh,
have.
it's stable enough to stay upright too and run on the outside now.
Well, yeah, it's
Nice.
They brought it out into a walk into the woods, and it was testing like its balance and that kind of thing, and it was worked perfectly.
Have
How
you seen?
fast was it?
It was walking.
Oh.
It wasn't running.
Whatever. I'm not impressed.
Have you seen the TR-3B yet?
No, let me check that out.
That's the
The
Terminator
nuclear
3.
powered stealth bomber thing. Like apparently it's like a conspiracy theory thing, but there's so many websites and so many pictures of it. No, it's basically a nuclear powered stealth craft that could,
TR-3 Black Manta.
yeah, it's like a Wonka Vader.
No, it's real.
Yeah.
You know what we need?
But for the longest time, it was conspiracy theory nonsense until they finally got enough proof that they had to release it.
You know what we need? Fuck Black Lives Matter. Fuck All Lives Matter. Let's make robot cops.
It runs on 3 nuclear generators on each tip of a pyramid-shaped craft.
Bulletproof robot cops, man. How perfect is that?
Speculated to be developed
They're
under a
just gonna
black
enforce
project.
the law equally across the board.
I mean, it's nuclear powered, so it's got to be a black project
Hmm.
because they don't want anyone else having the designs.
Stretch of desert draws black project fanatics because it is close to several known military research and testing areas. Edwards Air Force Base in California and Air Force Plant 42.
Yeah, this has been out for. I've known about this for like 4 years now. Supposedly, it's been out since before that.
Hmm.
Like this is what a lot of the UFO sightings were about.
Huh. Interesting. There's no evidence to support TR3's existence, only sightings and experience stories. But there's a whole fucking Wikipedia page on it. That's hilarious.
Yeah, like there's a big following because they exist. This is the U.S.'s UFO experiment.
Mm-hmm. But it's nuclear powered, huh?
Yeah.
What if it's actually aliens?
For all we know, we could have gotten the plans from them.
We're back interacting with us. I mean, I think that's just how they get it.
Yeah, ever since the Bureau became visible again.
They're saying anti-gravity spacecraft?
Yeah, it's a nuclear battery that basically powers magnets and makes it anti-gravity.
Huh.
I mean, magnet technology is it's been around for a while. It's theorized that you could make an aircraft out of magnets that could counter the Earth's magnetic push, and you could use electromagnetics to change the the intensity of the magnetism, so that way you could raise and lower yourself as you see fit, and that's how it moves. They have all the picture. You go side to side, up and down,
Interesting.
and it goes real slow. Like
Hmm.
it's neat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even Gulliver's Travels had a thing about that. There was like a whole floating palace, and one of the things that he visited was run by a giant magnet in the center of it.
Hmm.
I don't know. I think a lot.
This is the beginning of Bespin.
Yeah.
If
If only.
they were Bespin. And you know what we need for Bespin?
Lando.
Robots.
I'll be right back. Use the bathroom.
Well, that's true. We do need black people for Bespin.
So
At least one.
at least,
Dishonest one.
yeah, somebody that will betray us.
A dishonest one who's gonna regret it later. But
Oh shit! I haven't given out the number once tonight thus far. Not that it matters, but if you'd like to call in tonight,
867
if you'd like to call,
509
you fucked it up.
5309. I had to say it in my head.
Oh, you did the whole 86. Yeah. It's 603-267-0521. That's 603-267-0521.
Just ask for Jen.
Let's see. What else do we have here on the docket? Well, John's gonna be right back. That conversation about Black Lives Matter. Interesting.
You don't like Black Lives?
Clearly. That's what I said, clearly.
What's your problem with them?
They're too black.
So it's that they're too black for you?
Mm-hmm. Just like Huey Lewis, too black sounding for me.
Whoa, nothing wrong with Huey Lewis.
No, I actually love Huey Lewis.
Power of Love's one of the greatest songs ever written.
I'm just quoting American Psycho.
Never seen it.
You've what?
Never seen it.
You've never seen American Psycho?
You're lying.
Nope.
I'll download it. You'll like it. It's pretty good.
It's an amazing
It's
film.
on Netflix. I see it there all the time. I don't want to watch it. It looks
Why?
Stupid. It looks boring as shit.
You're
Looks like
fucking stupid.
Looks like it's gonna be slow paced as fuck.
No, it's really not.
It is slow paced. I'll give it that. But like
I feel like it's gonna be a 2-hour movie that could have been done in 30 minutes.
No, it's really not.
It's slow paced in the sense that it really builds up well to that how a normal everyday person with seemingly no problems in America's business system could turn to a point where it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna start killing people and doing whatever I want.
It's a great black comedy. It's actually a dark comedy. It's not a horror movie or anything. It's a dark comedy. It's hilarious.
It's
Have you ever
good.
seen Falling Down?
Of course, I've seen Falling Down.
Bet it's not as good as Falling Down.
It's better than Falling Down.
There's nothing's better than
I don't
Falling
know.
Down.
It's pretty on par with Falling Down.
It's better than Falling Down.
I
think
don't
it's
know
better.
about better than, but it's pretty because they're different types, different worlds. But it's pretty on par with Falling Down.
I don't know.
It's
Like
just as artsy. It's just as symbolic. It's just as heart touching.
to me, Falling Down doesn't have as many quotable lines as American Psycho does. American Psycho is more quotable, more fun.
It has
That's what
quotable
matters
lines.
to you?
It has quotable lines for people like me. All right, people who would leave their car in traffic and take a baseball bat to go beat up a bunch of hoodlums and take their guns and go get their daughter back.
See, I like Falling Down. I love American Psycho. You know what movie I didn't like though? That's kind of in that same vein.
Patchwork?
God Bless America.
God, I like God Bless America. It was stupid.
It was
but
too
It was too
beating over the head.
it was too
preachy.
cheesy. It was too. Well, I mean, it was made by Bobcat Goldthwait.
Right.
So I expected it to be over the top,
Mhm.
and it was, but in the sense that it's like, yeah, he's really hitting on the main points, and he's just blasting them up, and it's
Yeah.
funny. Like he's satiring it, and it was funny.
But to me, it was satire to the point where it's just beating you over the head with it. Like we get it.
It's the thing that he chose to do it with, though. The fact that it was the retarded kid that was so happy to have everyone love him for being stupid that he's just like, you know what? Who cares anymore? Who cares? Because it's true. It's like, no, you don't do that, man. They're just laughing at you because you're making a fool out of yourself. He's like, I know, I love it. He's like, oh, well then. Boom, 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 boom.
Sounds like my story.
It's just like, this isn't the world I want to live in then. Thank you for notifying me. Goodbye. Like, it made good sense to me. It was really, I mean, it was over the top, but it was over the top in the manner that it plays to those emotions you feel in those moments.
This is the moment.
Some more alcohol in that one. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Hillary Clinton scandal. You want to tell me a little bit about the? John knows more about this than I do.
From what I've read, basically, she saved classified documents onto a personal server of her own, which she got off on a technicality that I guess they weren't flagged as classified at the time, so they might have been older documents and things like that, but she knew she wasn't supposed to do it. And the fact that she did it shows that her character says that she either likes to circumvent rules or that she basically likes to, that she thinks she knows what's best.
Well, ultimately, I feel like this is a non-issue. It's something that's being blown out of proportion.
It's technically a non-issue, but it does speak towards her character.
I agree with
She's
you.
either careless.
But she's already that part of her character has already been spoken to when she was a lawyer in the Watergate
It's
trial
important.
for the defense.
Yeah, but at least
And
this
when
doesn't.
she was involved in Whitewater.
This at
But
least
it's important
speaks
to
to that
remind
common
people
crowd
in
that
the
wanted to vote for her because she's a woman.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
it reminds people during.
It's like the whole
election
Black
bill.
Lives Matter thing. It speaks to that horrible demographic that just doesn't understand anything that's going on around them.
I just personally feel like Hillary has more problems than fucking email server. Like,
Oh yeah.
like there are more important issues with Hillary than her saving classified documents to her personal
She's a
email
little
server.
too calculating.
I like calculators.
You need to put this this blog talk show everywhere you can to get them to come after us for that. That's publicity right there. You can't get me to say that she isn't calculating because she's calculating. She's more calculating than Texas Instruments.
Should nickname her TI-83.
You think the bitch was a math contest? Born mathlete if I ever saw one.
She's so calculating, NORAD uses her to find out where to fire missiles at when they attack Cuba.
What no one ever told us is Bill Clinton was fucking the world's greatest supercomputer. Capable of more calculating than anyone had ever seen.
It's like the wonder he went after Monica. She's probably laying there being like, this is all right, Bill, but what are we going to do about black people suffering in minority areas? It's like, damn it, Hillary, I told you I came up with a bill for that. Why can't you just let me enjoy something for once?
Where's Monica?
Would you fuck Chelsea?
Listen, I would fuck a paper bag if you drew a good enough face on it.
Maybe.
Maybe?
Maybe.
Would before Jessa Duggar?
You'd have to deal with fucking Hillary. But at the same time, I almost think that makes me want to hate fuck the shit out of that chick. Just to be like, Hillary, are you watching this bitch?
Again, I'd choke her to death with no sexual attraction.
I would too with my penis.
Well, the sexual attraction comes from the choking, right? So
And
the bluer she gets, the harder you get.
No, that's more of a political pleasure.
Mm.
Dude, you know what you should do? Whatever those little green applesauce things are,
Mhm.
you should put a century egg in one of those next week for someone.
No, I mean I'm going to be bringing century eggs to see if anybody will eat one. That'll be one of the contests. If you eat one,
Do
you
they
get a
win
prize.
a date with you?
No, you will win a prize, but it won't be a date.
Tell you what, if you
Is
win,
that one
I'll
of the
be your
prizes?
best friend for a month. It's a good prize. I'm a helpful guy.
That's true. You are a helpful guy.
What do you have to do to win the date with you, Josh?
There's not going to be a date with me up for grabs.
Wow. You heard
I
it
don't
here,
think
folks.
the mistress would like
Josh
that very
isn't
much.
going on any dates.
I don't think the mistress would like that very much.
I thought you had an open relationship.
Not anymore.
She tied you down? Where's the ring?
We just closed off the relationship. We're not engaged.
Oh, I see. This is more of a martial law
Our-
situation.
Right, exactly.
Our condolences to both parties.
It was just a matter of like we talked and we decided like if we were to ever get married, I wouldn't want to keep it open, and she would, so we decided to close it off now.
No more threesome Thursdays?
Well, threesomes are a different story. That's not separate relationships.
They didn't involve you. These have been happening for months. They've been great.
What?
Does this deal,
Great. Thanks, Rob. You just turned me into a cuck. Fuck you.
does this deal go into effect next week? Implying that it hasn't been.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you, Rob. We all needed that because we had no idea what you were fucking implying.
I didn't.
High five. Teamwork. See, that's the kind of best friend shit you can get. He even nails the high five. Perfect.
I was trying to high five your elbow and doing all weird, but you,
And I moved.
you compensated.
That's my talent. Oh. They call me Mr. High Fiveable. Catch a high five from anywhere. If people put fucking high fives on the front of bullets, I'd be Superman. Implying I'd catch them.
Right.
They call me third trimester
He was born early.
Because you can't be aborted.
because they just yeah. They decided to keep me.
That was terrible.
So moving on to our next topic here.
They call Josh Seth Rollins.
No, they don't.
Are you sure?
We
You have the same haircut.
You kind of do.
You know he started that after Seth Rollins debuted in The Shield, right?
what?
He never had that before The Shield.
Never had what?
That hair.
The half and half?
The Seth
Yeah.
Rollins hair.
Seth Rollins doesn't have half and half. I just saw him last week.
Yeah, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does. Google a picture of Seth Rollins.
I just saw him last week.
That's
he doesn't
great.
have half and half hair.
That's great. He was just on the news earlier. Google a picture of him. Look at it. He's got goddamn hair just like yours. Might be on the opposite side, or that might just be the cameras being flipped. I don't know.
It's not half and half.
John,
It's like a fucking
Can we go to the
male
judge?
rogue.
I can't see it.
It's like a fucking male rogue. He's got like one lock done right here.
No, that's because it's pushed back there. Go to that. Go.
Oh, he's got the half black, half blonde.
Yeah, see?
It's not even half. It's got
Dude,
like
it's just like yours.
no, it's not.
It just doesn't look half because it's the back half.
It's just like yours, man. It's just like yours.
He doesn't have
His
half and
roots
half.
have clearly
Look at
grown
that.
out.
Look at.
It doesn't matter.
No, 'cause it used to be up here.
It doesn't
His
matter.
Roots have grown out. That's what it is.
Why?
Because he's getting rid of that.
Why are you using the
But that's you.
Why are you using the dyeable fedora?
Dyeable fedora?
It's the fedora of the liberal.
I'm actually redying this red this week. I just
You go more
Watch
Eva
me.
Marie than Seth Rollins. Though.
Just dye it gray. Be Gandalf. Fuck this.
Do it. Do it.
I can't grow a beard. I can't be Gandalf.
Go to
You
Space
need
Coast
a
Comic-Con and
beard
be
to be a
Gandalf.
wizard. It's
You
2000
gotta have a fucking beard to be a wizard.
2015.
doesn't
What
have
kind of
one.
judgmental asshole?
Saruman does too have a beard.
Does he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa. That's in movies. Wizards today. Listen.
You can get a
They need
fake
jobs.
beard. You don't have scars on your mouth, but you did fucking Joker.
Yeah, because I made the scars.
You can't make the beard.
I'm not gonna wear a beard all the time.
What if-
Why? I'll
what if-
shave my pubes for it.
What if I glued a bunch of bees together and you could be the bee beard?
Not the bees.
Yeah, we could catch bees and soup them all.
You don't want a beard of bees? Are you not a man of nature?
No, I'm really not. No,
So what are you cosplaying as for the con this then?
I'm not. I don't think I'll be cosplaying.
What? Everyone who is
I
a
wanna
fan
be-
of this show expects you to be cosplaying now.
I want to be
There's
death.
a huge
3 of them?
line of 0 people out there that are like, I'm ready to see him cosplay.
I'd be Death from Bill and Ted.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That is a good
Then
one.
you and Martin could go as Fat Bill and Ted, and you guys could even set
That's
up like a
pretty
chess
good.
table or something.
Like,
and
they
then
melted me.
Just have the chess table, just all 3 of you around the chess table.
Every rose has its thorn.
whether you're a judge or a street sweeper, sooner or later you dance with the Reaper. I love that movie so
know.
much. It's my favorite Bill and Ted movie.
That was the
Yeah,
best
it's the
portrayal of death in any movie.
Mhm.
Best 6 out of 7. Damn right.
It's Sam Rick.
I like how it's basically though. It
You
just seems
sunk
like
my
Death
battleship.
just is happy. He just wants to spend time with people.
Yeah.
Around. That's just he's just happy to
lonely.
hang
It's
out.
like, what
Yeah.
about me? I helped. I picked the things out. I pushed the shopping carts.
Just wants to be on a team.
Yeah, that was the best part of that
Just
movie.
so
He really
lonely.
was.
I don't know how I get myself in these situations. It was like that was like Bill and Ted was the first real life anime.
I really hope they bring him back for the third one.
They have to.
I really hope they
There's
do.
a third one.
They're working on a third one right now.
I hope they bring that guy back.
Yeah.
That'd be so great.
It really
I'd
would.
watch it just if there's death in it again.
Is Keanu gonna be in it?
Yeah, he's already talked about being in it.
Well,
Yeah.
he's ageless, so of course he'll be in it.
Nice.
He'll be
51 years
Nice.
old.
he'll be in Bill and Ted 12.
Let's be honest though. Who
He'll
here, if
still
they were
be
gay,
51
wouldn't have
years
sex
old.
with Keanu Reeves though.
I wouldn't have sex.
If you were gay.
If I were gay, probably still no.
If I were gay, I would.
Because I'm not in
Yeah,
the
if I were
people.
gay,
I'm not in the people with money. Like there'd have to be a
Yeah,
whole
but from
personality
every
thing
story
behind
you
it.
ever read about
I would
Keanu,
have to-
he's like the nicest dude in the world.
I would still have to make sure that he understands things from my perspective.
So you want him to take you out on a date before you have sex?
Exactly. I would.
Okay.
I would
All
need to
right.
make sure.
Okay, so you'd have sex.
John's
with
a
him
romantic.
If,
I need to quit.
if he stole your heart on a one chance only date.
Look, it's not wrong to want to get to know someone.
John's like, I don't put out until you buy me dinner first.
Listen,
Whoa, but I'm
listen-
very supportive afterwards.
Listen,
Okay.
Keanu, I'm a big fan. I like some of your movies, but I just want to get one
I'm
thing
an
out of the
extremely
way.
inspirational muse. Goddammit.
Tonight's not gonna be Speed 3 because it's not happening that fast. You're gonna have to take me to dinner.
I'm not a first date kind of girl.
Yeah, but when we get back to his place, I'd show him exactly what the Nebuchadnezzar looks like.
You Google it.
He'd
You'd
never
be like,
wanna-
"Yeah, you've never
He'd
seen
never
it."
want to come back from my Matrix.
You wouldn't show him your sad little boy baseball team.
He wouldn't need no guy to let him know he was the one.
You'd make him your street king.
John's more of a lake house Keanu fan.
Mm.
More of like a mountain woods house.
No, it's a movie.
Yeah, it's a
It
romance
was a,
movie. He was in.
romantic movie. He did. It was a lake house.
I don't know all of his movies.
He's like thinking of a setting like, yeah, that make love to him in a mountain, you know, side of a hill
Whoa,
where
whoa,
there's
whoa.
a nice
Lake's
valley.
not really
Listen,
romantic
if he
enough.
cares enough to get me what I want.
That's the thing. John doesn't want to fuck him. He wants to make love. Like, he wants Keanu to make love to
Is
him.
that not what it's about? Is that not what it's supposed to be?
Keanu goes to just enter him. He's like, "Whoa, no foreplay."
Am I wrong for thinking love is more than just carnal desire?
In the morning, John just reaches over. You're not leaving, are you?
Oh, hey. I don't get attached. If he earns the prize, I give him the reward. If he's done with it, he's done with it. As long as I keep my mountain house in the end.
When will I see you again?
I will suck dick for a mountain house. is
John
what I'm
walking
getting at.
around in Keanu's shirt and nothing else.
Hey, is this the trench coat you wore in The Matrix?
Listen, you gotta support your provider. Wearing their shirt like a conquering flag over your naked body is what it takes.
Holy shit.
Oh, it's a cool Wild Stallion shirt.
Is it my fault that I'm a better wife than most women? I don't think it is. I think it's just the way society's gone.
Oh. Fucking hell. Oh.
John just wakes up alone in a hotel the next morning, just like, "Hey, Keanu, I was just thinking, do you want to order food?
Keanu?
Where'd you go?"
Whoa.
Just a note
Hey.
on his pillow.
Hey, I'm not clean. I send a text, but like, hey, bud, here when you get back, we'll have some fun. I'm gonna go find monkeys in the woods by this hotel. All right, I'm self-capable.
Yeah, until you don't get a message from him for like 2 or 3 days.
Well,
You're like,
yeah. After
"Hey,
2 or 3 days, yeah.
I don't know if you had trouble finding where the monkeys were, but they were near here. I was there.
At that point, I'm gonna get all crazy, and then
I'm
I'm gonna
back
go
in-
after money.
I'm back at that room again. The one that you told me you loved me in. You remember?
You just see the phone screen. It's just messages from John and no reply. Just Keanu.
You called me your
Hello.
You called me your new bill.
You told me that you were gonna call me Neo because I was the one. You made me swallow your red pill and your blue pill.
You wouldn't cuddle because you said there is no spoon.
Oh shit! This is beyond my level now. I have to fuck Keanu Reeves now.
Why do you keep calling me Sandra?
I have to find out where he's at from Gale.
Oh, speaking of Gail, she just put up a video that she is giving out. She's giving out free copies of her audiobook for reviewers. Should I get one?
I think we should go get it in person.
You think?
Yes, in person. In person.
Do you think we should get her on the show?
Yes.
I'm gonna try to get her on the show.
I do not.
I'm pretty sure I was walking behind her one day. I was taking a walk around the block when I still lived at 2213. There was some weird, crazy lady that thought I was following her and was going off on me because all these guys in black had been following her the past couple weeks.
God, wouldn't
I
that
was
be-
wearing my Die Hard sweatshirt. The ho ho ho! Now I got a machine gun.
Wouldn't that be fantastic if Josh doesn't get to do the show, she comes and she sees you and she's just like, oh no,
I know, right?
I knew it! I fucking knew it!
you almost got me, and then she
Like,
runs.
I know you believed me when I said I wasn't following you, you stupid bitch.
So what we should do, we should get a copy. I'll get a copy of the audiobook. We'll play some clips of it on the show. I'll listen to it. We'll play some clips of it on the show, and then we'll try to get her in to talk about it.
Yeah, I would be down for that.
We'll try to do
And
that.
you know I have the gift of diplomacy, so
Yeah.
I could try to get her on.
No, we'll definitely. It would be like we would play it like we would. It would be a serious thing. Like we would not make fun of her while she's here.
Yeah, exactly. Like I take conspiracies seriously. Blah
Mhm.
blah blah.
Of course we do.
Hearing.
We talk about conspiracies
Like I
seriously
can't
here
say
all the
I
time.
believe everything you say, but I'm gonna listen and hear you out.
Exactly. we will listen to everything that she has to say, and we will not make fun of her.
I will.
Not until next week.
Well, we will not make fun of her while she's here. Not at all. It'll be a diplomatic experience. We won't be rude. We won't be unkind. We'll have her here as a guest. She'll be a guest.
She might even do the dildo dance for us.
We can hope. We can only hope.
Yeah, she's crazy. And I was just like, what? Like, yeah, she wears dildos and like dances and shit. It's nuts.
She's the thing of it is she's got a good body though. It's fucking.
You heard it here,
disturbing.
guys. Josh is attracted to gay.
See, I'd fuck Keanu Reeves, and that's understandable. You fucking old crazy.
No, I didn't say I would. I'm just saying
You basically said
I'm
you
just
would.
joking. I'd fuck her
You said
too.
she had a great body.
You haven't seen her videos, have you?
She doesn't have a great body, but she looks like she's like 40 something, and she's so nuts. You know what? Whatever. I don't care. It'd be fun.
Josh said she had a great body. Josh said she's like the Kate Upton crazy.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
I think Kate Upton is the Kate Upton of crazy.
How do you know that's not Kate Upton's mom? She came from here.
That would be hilarious if Gail was Kate Upton's mom.
That's
That would
how
be
she knows.
fucking
She
hysterical.
really does know all these celebrities, and it's because her daughter's Kate Upton. She's just a little off. It's not really as bad as everyone
a
thinks.
little
though.
off. Kate Upton's mom works at a Walmart and has Jesuit conspiracy theories. That would be the best reality ever.
Let's see here. I'm trying to find one of the videos because she
She
does these
still has
videos.
a Facebook.
Oh, she's on. This is YouTube. She does these videos where she just prances around in her bikini.
Why do you know about these? Did you know these existed, John?
Yeah, I didn't really care. Like, I didn't go look them up and put them on a podcast
Her
show.
body's not bad. She's got a good body.
What? She looks like my grandma.
How do you know what your grandma looks like in a two-piece bathing suit?
That's what a grandma looks like.
I disagree. That's not a grandma body.
That's grandma body.
Whatever. I'd bang the crazy away. No, I wouldn't. But I'd bang it, just not the crazy away.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see what we can do. We might be able to get.
I hope she proof listens to the last episode. Right? She's like, no, you were talking about how you want to bang me in a bikini and you want to rape Keanu Reeves. You guys are weird.
No, who said anything about raping Keanu?
You're like, hey,
It will be purely consensual. Thank you very
you're like,
much.
hey, your
You
sex
wouldn't-
robot
you
raped
wouldn't rape
Keanu.
Keanu.
No, I wouldn't rape
All right,
Keanu.
so we're in a post-apocalyptic world, right? You haven't got tail in years, and then you see sweet young piece Keanu walking by. You got Keanu chained up. You're never gonna check the oil.
I'm sorry, Rob. I don't rape people.
Never gonna check the oil.
Nope.
Obviously, you've never played Call of Duty, faggot. I've raped at least 600 people.
That's it. You must not have prestiged.
Speaking of
That's just the
raping
ones I got
people,
messages from.
Speaking of raping
And they
people,
liked it.
Jared Fogle, Subway guy.
Jared Fogle.
Yeah, I have a theory he was actually just walking to that Subway, not because he was on a diet, but because it was the only way to not seem weird that he kept going there to see the same 16-year-old.
Wait. Yeah, it was a 16-year-old, wasn't it?
No, that's the thing. It's more than that. He has had underage girls everywhere he goes. He's gone to Thailand.
Oh, okay.
There is no reason for a single man to go to Thailand unless you.
Especially when it's Jared Subway guy. I
Right.
just want to see
Wait, what's wrong with
Thailand, guys.
I thought Thailand had cool
She's like,
shit.
why didn't you go to China, Jared? Because they don't have all the mountains and the scenery.
Tony
Right.
Jaw's from
Yeah, Tony Jaw's from there. That's great, but there's also a lot of kid fucking that goes on there.
there. Yeah, but what if you just want to go there to see Tony Jaw?
I really don't think that Jared Fogle went to Thailand to see Tony Jaa.
How do you know? Maybe he's super into fucking martial arts movies. He just was like, I gotta go see Tony Jaa.
He's super into 8-year-olds.
You're like that lawyer that defended the girl that made that guy kill himself.
Yeah.
There have been multiple prostitutes that have come out, like 17-year-old prostitutes at the time, that have come out and have said, "Yeah, I slept with him," and then later he texted me and was like, "Can you get me anybody younger?
I mean, to
The
be
younger, the better."
to
is
be
his
fair, I
exact
mean,
words.
hey, he's got a lot of money and it's tight. No, that's not an excuse at all.
I was gonna say, to be fair.
The young ones don't know.
I mean, hey, was he forcing them to do it?
Maybe he likes him young because then that way they don't know he's bad yet.
I mean, we live in a capitalistic society, buddy. If these 15-year-olds want to make money, who are we to say they can't?
He's got a point.
This is Subway dollars here they're getting.
Bye.
All they got to do is give up something no one cares about
$5.
anymore anyway.
You know what the funniest thing about it is? I saw a video today. He was on VH1's I Love the New Millennium talking about
To
To Catch a Predator.
Of course he was, because he's a big fan of the show, because he has to study how to not get caught.
He's like, wait, that's one of the tells they use, son of a bitch. I was talking to
All right,
Seven like
He was talking about how much of idiots they all are too. It's hilarious.
They did get caught. They're so stupid. Not me.
idiots. All you got to do is offer $5 footlongs, give them a $25 gift certificate. They'll do anything.
All you gotta do is give them $500 and they'll suck your dick.
It's also come out that all the money that went to his charity that he started, they issued 0 grants. There were none issued. Most of the money went to the leader of the organization.
That's what you get for letting a person get famous off of eating fucking sandwiches. This is what you get for freedom. We deserve this.
But his buddy, who he put in charge of that, got most of the money and was also his finder for porn.
He got money off of losing weight
Kitty porn.
because he occasionally ate a Subway sandwich.
So basically, this guy got to take home most of the money in exchange for finding kitty porn.
Pretty much.
What I hate about Jared Fogle the most
The highest
is
paid
that
porn fucking
after
finder
him
ever.
losing weight no longer mattered to anyone. No one wanted another Jared Fogle after that. It's just like, oh, you lost weight, great. Gain it back. Here, look at all these advertisements. Buy Oreos. Buy McDonald's.
I really wonder if he's gonna gain all that weight back now from depression eating, like because he got caught and he can't fuck kids anymore. So
I'm
he's
sure
gonna
he's
gonna
get raped horribly if he goes
Yeah,
to
I
a
was
real
gonna say,
prison
isn't he going
by
to
a lot of dudes who are like, "Yo, nigga, my daughter works at Subway."
I know. Why can't they put him in like the Detroit prison? Why can't they extradite?
He's gonna
him
have
just for
some meth
fun?
head who's like,
This is why I wish I
Boy!
was a judge. Be like,
"Boy,
you know what?
my daughter works down
Be like,
there, son."
Due to my social religious beliefs, I can't try your case. So we're extraditing you to Detroit. If you're gonna be found guilty there, that's where you'll serve your sentence at. and the Detroit local prisons.
Actually, Detroit doesn't have anyone to work those prisons, so we're just gonna drop you off in Detroit. Good luck. Actually, we're gonna drop you off on the top of this building. You gotta fight your way down to the ground level.
You
and then
remember
hope
what
you
the
make it
terrorists
out.
made Bruce Willis do in Die Hard 2? That's what we're doing to you.
The Hunger Games Book 4.
Have fun with your I hate niggers billboard.
By the way, we're also dropping you on the building that has a lot of kids in it and angry fathers.
The inner city black kids school where they all have something to prove with your I hate niggers sign outside of it. Have fun, Jared.
No, you do one better than that. You just actually tattoo it on him and let it heal before you drop
I
him.
really think instead of a prison system, we really need to just turn Detroit into to Escape from LA. We really just need to take Detroit and make that a prison. Why not?
Because I don't think that having a prison colony is a good idea.
But we have so many prisons that why not just put them all in one spot and stop privatizing?
The reason that we have so many prisons is because they're privatized. If we didn't have privatized prisons, we wouldn't have so many.
Yeah, exactly. And then we could have the prison colony and not rely on privatized prison and get rid of that whole thing. So instead of making money off prisons, they're just like, well, if you don't like living in this society, you can go to Detroit.
Well, how about we just legalize marijuana and then we get rid of half of the people that are in prison already?
Yeah, but there's still all the other idiots that like meth and shit like that. Like legalizing marijuana is
You mean
fun,
like the
but-
guy who was going to star in my fucking movie?
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
it's funny. I knew all I had to do was wait. Rob tried to warn you.
Hey, you know what? He's the guy that I came up with the idea with. He's the guy that was with me through all of the process.
Yeah,
of
but
putting
you
it together.
got to think of the nuance with it when you came up with the idea with him. Who was the one coming up with the ideas and who was just supporting it and saying, "Yeah, that'll work."
Well, I was coming up with the ideas, but
There you go.
I mean, anyway. All right, so it's looking like we're running out of topics on the topic list here. We got a couple more. What's Resident Evil 2 remake? What's this all about?
Yeah, they're remaking Resident Evil 2, and it's gonna be awesome.
Unlike the Mega Man movie, which is now spearheaded by Fox.
Fucking Fox.
Mega Man? Why'd you have to take Mega Man? You're gonna make it about him taking powers from the Middle East or some shit. Like it's Turban Man. Oh, you can shoot bombs now.
Mega Man was actually the weapon they were looking for when we went over to Iraq. We found him. We brought him back.
Instead
there was
of
nothing.
Dr. Light giving him his upgrades, it's gonna be the U.S. military.
It's gonna be Osama bin Laden.
No, like seriously, Fox puts the U.S. military in almost every movie they make now. Like an advanced version of the military that has to take whatever's happening and make it all about them.
Did you ever see the fan-made Mega Man movie?
No.
It was really good. If you go online and search for fan-made Mega Man feature-length film,
As good as the Punisher one.
Did you see the Attack on Titan live action movie?
I've seen the trailers for it. I want to see it really bad.
I liked it.
Looks good.
I watched it with Kelvin the
Yeah?
other day, and it was actually pretty good. Like it doesn't follow to the anime as much, but like the graphics are good. The fear it's supposed to impose and everything, the symbolism and all that, it's all still there.
Okay.
It's all pretty good.
All pretty good.
I'll have to
They
check
did a
that one out,
they did
then.
a really good job of making the Titans and how they look lifeless, but yet now they have this sense of predatory urge to eat the humans and things like that. Like the
Mhm.
noises and everything. Show.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, this is Mega Man.
Oh yeah, I have.
Fan
I
film.
tried to watch that, and I was probably at a time in my life. Where
You
I
know what I
enjoy
guarantee
things.
is better than that?
Mhm.
The RoboCop fan film.
There's a RoboCop.
There's a RoboCop
film?
film?
Yes, and it's amazing. He shoots dicks off people and shit. Like seriously, there's this one point where this guy's trying to rape this girl, and RoboCop shows up, and the guy's got his dick out, and the guy's got a knife on the girl, and RoboCop shoots his dick out. And then, like, hundreds of guys start climbing the fences with their dicks out, running at the girl, and RoboCop's just shooting all their dicks out.
You're
as they're
kidding
running.
me.
All right,
No,
too
I
much.
swear to God,
Yeah.
it's the funniest
If
shit.
they
I've
had made
ever
it a legit RoboCop where he just shot the
That's-
dicks off a rapist for a scene, that would have actually made a great RoboCop 4.
But
It's,
like,
it's
but
the
like
best
a
RoboCop I've ever seen.
but like a burly man fight scene from the Matrix with like all these guys with their dicks flopping around.
It
That
might
doesn't
not have
seem-
been 100. It was a couple of guys.
No, you just only
But it
like
was
that
awesome.
scene too much.
It was hilarious. He was just blowing their dicks out with a gun, just exploding dicks everywhere.
It's like my cousin who thought it was hilarious that naked guys pooping into the water was funny.
You heard it here. Rob loves watching exploding dicks.
Dicks getting shot off is hilarious.
He loves watching exploding dicks. Watching dicks explode.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
It was the best RoboCop movie there's ever been.
what time is it?
It is now 11. So you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm really.
Yeah, it's okay.
We're gonna pretend it's a condom and wrap this thing up.
We're gonna wrap it up tonight. But
We're gonna do what Josh's parents should have and wrap it up.
like I said, next week we won't have a live show on Saturday, but on Sunday we will be live at Space Coast Comic Con on the 13th at 4 p.m. Please come out and see us at Space Coast Comic Con. We'll have a lot of fun. Martin will be on the show. Rob will not be with us because
I'll
he
be
doesn't like
cosplaying
crowds.
as Martin Dunn.
But yeah, so we'll be back. I'll be posting that up on Saturday night for you to listen to. Otherwise, thank you for listening. We'll be back here in 2 weeks live on YouTube.
Oh, look, we got a caller.
No, we don't have a caller.
Yeah, I know.
You can find us online, facebook.com/untitled nonsense, twitter.com/UN_podcast. You guys want to say goodnight?
Good night, everybody. Remember, everything's a conspiracy.
Good night.
Thank you for listening. Good night, folks.